First up, ladies and gentlemen, the world's number 21 from Romford. He loves the big stage, a very attacking player. He's reached 2 ranking finals. Please welcome Mark King. And he's up against a man in tremendous form at the moment, the world's number 11, the reigning Masters champion, Welsh Open champion. He lost in the final here last year. Please welcome from Leicester, Mark Selby. Player indeed. Ranked 29, sure to be in the 16 by the end of the year. He's a fearless potter from Northern Ireland. It's Mark Allen. Mark is up against one of the game's all-time greats. 36 ranking titles, 7 world titles. Would dearly love to make it 8. From Scotland, please welcome Stephen Hendry.
Okay, the first frame, Mark King to break.
So Mark King gets this first round match underway. And not a bad break-off shot. Mark Selby playing his very first shot in this year's 888 World Championship after that fantastic display last year and that comeback against John Higgins that nearly proved successful. An attempt at a pot, wasn't far away, but he may have covered everything. He's so good at that type of shot. But I think he's got away with this one, Neil.
Thought he was going to fluke away at first, actually. Red was very close to going into the left corner, but as you say, I think he has got away with this. Looks like a safety for Mark King. The Reds have spread though, haven't they, already? Look at those, all over the table, which makes safety very difficult. Hard to find a way back from there.
Well, it's a biggish pocket, isn't it? If Red could go in off one of the others, possibly. No, he's just coming off the side cushion.
Looks like Mark King's had a haircut for the match. That is as short as it gets, Dennis.
Oh, he's got it well and truly polished. It looks very good, actually. He's like a mini Kojak. Good pot though. What a good opening red that is. He's a little bit unlucky. Had that white have pulled up 1 or 2 inches shorter, he would have been perfectly on a balk colour, but that's not a bad way to start your first frame in a World Championship. And can Mark Selby somehow get to the 2 reds that are near the left corner pocket? That's the ones he'd be looking for, but I don't see how he can get through to that. And no easy red just to come off a cushion and land on. So we'll have to give this a bit of thought.
He's only just snookered on the 2 reds to the right, so he might be able to play a swerve and hit one, but how he's going to leave them safe is not so straightforward.
Yeah, I mean, if he did come off the 2 cushions and land on that, he would be okay, but the 2 reds are available. He'd have to be so precise with that. It looks as if it's a 2-cushion escape, trying to just glance off a red. No, they're always difficult, those. Surely he hasn't got away with this. He's looking at the left corner pocket, but they seem to be blocking each other, so it's going to have to be the opposite corner. He's got very little to do with the cue ball because he'd be on the pink. Looks a fairly straightish red, this. Good chance now, though.
1.
Could be a red on the pink spot, which would mean pink would have to go down to the black, which wouldn't, I don't think, be in his favour at this stage. So where does the pink go? Not sure if there's any room on the pink spot at all. Referee Aaron Williams, quick glance, and onto the black it goes. Now that's just made things a little tricky.
So
he can clear the pink spot quickly within 2 or 3 shots, but for the moment he's up on the blue. It's not really a question of where the reds are because they're nicely spread, but the colours, certainly the very high colours, just a fraction awkward.
$13. $14.
He's got his own unique stance. Mark King bends both knees. Usually the player keeps the back leg straight. It's the way he's always played. And I suppose it's a little bit unusual, but he's quite a tall lad, and it helps him to get down onto the shot. And works for him. Where's this one going? That could be the end of break. That was a poor positional shot.
18.
That is the one thing with Mark King. He's a great potter, good break builder, but he does lose the white quite a bit. He seems to run out of position. That's the one criticism I would have, is occasionally his positional play leaves a bit to be desired.
Mark King, 18.
Played a good safety shot actually there. Tried to get in behind the green. I wonder if there is a bit sticking out so that Mark Selby can get to the red. Other than that, he might be just rolling up to the two reds on the left again, near the left corner, because he's always got that shot on.
Might be tempted to have a go at this long red. Now, what's he having a look from this side for? He'd have to screw back off the side cushion towards the blue, but he's a pretty good long potter, Mark King, and he does like to have a go. Well, he must be looking at one of the other reds, but can he get through to pot one of them? It's near the pocket. Oh, he could, even though he hit the other red, he still managed to cut that one in. A bit unlucky for the white to finish on the balk line, but that was quite amazing because he hit the other red first. Just watch the white as it comes up here. Catches the first red and still pots the second.
He just finished awkwardly though. Could play the yellow, but it would be a difficult shot. And with all the reds where they are, I think you'll already think it's time to play safe. I think that's the one thing about Mark King. I think Dennis is right. His cue ball isn't in the same control as other players. Pretty tough match player nowadays, and he knows when to play safe and he knows when to go for his shots.
Mark King,
one of his best safeties, mind you, in saying that. He's way short of the bulk cushion. If he's left that red near the pocket on, that would be not great. Not sure whether it does go. I think it doesn't, because he's already looking cushion first. So just a chance that he may go cushion first onto the red close to the pocket here and try and pot it.
He's pretty good at that type of shot because he did win the World Pool Championship. So he does know his way around the angles. But it's a risky one because the white would head over towards the pink and black, and now what he's looking at there is if he was to leave the white near this cushion, would everything be safe? And he's picked about 3 different spots there where he could place the cue ball. He'd probably finish up taking this long pot on into the right corner. He's a very good long potter, is Mark Selby, and it looks as if he's having a go at this. See the head, he just shakes about a little bit, Mark. But very clever though, wasn't it? Still took the pot on, but he purposely took the cue ball into that position. He knew it would be safe.
Table there, glance off that red. I think you're right, Dennis. He knows his angles all right, knows his way around the table.
That was a superb escape there. It really was, you know. He's put Mark in trouble with it. Not a lot available for Mark King here. He might have to just nudge into the red, believe it or not. Just watch this escape. He had to play with loads aside, and he had to judge the dead weight. Otherwise he'd have left this red that's near the left corner. Oh, 10 out of 10 for that one. Is Mark King going to be tempted? There's a very difficult red into the right middle pocket. I don't think he wants anything to do with that one. Although if he did manage to roll it red in, he'd be on the blue.
good opening red, cue ball close to the side cushion, and also short on the blue, so probably got to play up on the red, just up the other side of the bulk area. There it is. King seemed to run and run. Well, he's dropped it in. There is that red near the pocket that he's played on, so he didn't play on the red up the table. Always had this one in reserve.
Seven.
That was great cueing. Many players would have run that through. It wasn't dead straight. It was nicely done. Kind of shot to give you confidence. Lets you know how well you're hitting the ball. Good control. He's not exactly on the next red. Still should get this, but he's got to watch the cue ball as well. Well done.
14.
Good control again. So just getting into the game here, and this is a reasonable chance now to make 30 or 40. That's about all he needs with his 34-point lead.
$20. $21.
It's a good start this for Mark King, because
27.
he's kept Mark Selby away from the table. He hasn't given Mark an easy chance.
Mark King, 27.
Just when he looked like he was going to clinch the frame, he misses a pretty straightforward one with the rest. Wow, that's very unlike Mark Selby. A little bit edgy here in this opening frame. Well, did he get a heavy contact there? Arian Williams cleaning the white, so maybe that was a kick.
One.
Mark willing the cue ball to stop there. Where it has stopped eventually, it's no good to him. Can't pot the green or brown. I think Mark seems baffled by the speed of the table. I say he can't pot the brown. I mean, he's actually looking at the brown. Big danger of a push shot here. It's almost touching.
Got to push the blue safe. You can play a little thin shot, put the blue over to the right side cushion and bring the white up into the jaws of the left corner pocket there, just to the left of the name Selby. That's what I'd be doing anyway with a 48-point lead.
Boom.
Definitely be getting the blue safe.
Mark King, 1.
This is quite awkward now for Mark. Couple of reds close to the top right pocket. He can actually get to one of those. He may have a chance to pop this. Very thin. He thought it was worth a go, I think, given that he was in a bit of trouble. No obvious safety shot on. He's left a half chance though for Mark King. Certainly played that shot there as if he didn't really fancy the pot. Played it as a shot to nothing, but the red has just crept over the top left. So another good chance here for Mark Selby, who hasn't potted a ball yet in the match. A very tough chance to win the frame, but tell you what, 4 months ago we saw him pinch frames like this throughout the championship when he was beaten eventually in the final.
Yes, he's left himself an angle here so he can get up to the two reds. Just needs to make sure he doesn't snooker himself with the yellow. And that's going to slide past the yellow, well judged.
19.
That's gone a bit too far. You're going to take the brown now. He's trying to drop on the green so as he could get in between the yellow and red. Might still be able to do it. It's not bad. Well, he throws the chalk in the air. That tells you that he's going to need
24.
A little bit of help here. He's going to need the extension on the spider to bridge over the yellow. A fraction either way and would have been, it'd been okay. He can only roll this in now and can't get good position.
Yep. The normal spider, right?
Yeah, extension.
Right, okay.
He's asking for,
I'll stick to this spider.
I think, the extended spider. We've got an extended rest. I'm not even sure if they make an extended spider. That's one with the extension on the end. He'll have to put one on himself, I think.
Yeah, they've got everything under the table these days. You can. Chester from Leicester having a little crack with Arian Williams, the former policeman from South Wales. The thing is, when you're this far away and you're using the spider, it's so difficult to see the shot, and Mark's quite a tall lad, and even then it's difficult to see down the cue to what you're doing. It's okay when it's on a level. I think he's going to need an extension for his extension. So he's trying to get as high up. That's why he's leaning on the table with his leg there. That's a pretty good effort. It gives himself a chance to pot the yellow, and then the yellow will be replaced onto its spot. I'm just wondering if he can get the white away from the cushion. If he takes the yellow. That's why he's looking at the green now, but if the yellow was a little bit straighter, it would have been better. Key shot coming up in this opening frame.
Green ball.
It's a tough yellow he's faced with. This frame been in progress, coming up to not far off 32 minutes. If the yellow goes in, it'll automatically be on the green.
What a shot. Just a pity that he's finished slightly awkward on the green. A great yellow. Seems to have so much confidence. He gets in a little bubble of concentration on a break like this. Been going nearly 7 minutes, this break of 30. Another great shot, he misses the blank. How about that? Well, we're seeing why this young man is probably the most improved player on the tour, the shots he's playing. And this is a natural, brown to blue, one cushion perhaps. It's almost plain ball this with the rest. He's heading down towards the blue, all right.
I'm just wondering if it's not heading towards the middle pocket without a trace aside. That's what he's looking at there. The way he was cueing, he was going to leave a longer blue, but you want to get as close to the blue as possible. But it's just a funny little angle. If he plays it with pace and without side, he'll go near the middle pocket. It's about the best he could do there.
37.
He's just having a little practice run there to see if he can push the cue through. And he's fully stretched here.
It's another brilliant shot. Well, he's played about 5 shots in this break. They're outstanding, and this would be some clearance from where he was.
What a performance this this is, because Mark King looked odds on to take this opening frame the way it was going, and then suddenly Mark Selby has produced a clearance like this. Absolutely brilliant. What a clearance. And what a break of 55. That gives the frame to Mark Selby. He's 1-0 in front. Well, Mark King left the arena in shock. I think he thought he was going to win that frame. We all did. We'll pick up the commentary when he returns.
Your second frame, Mark Selby to break.
Well, Selby then breaking off, having pulled the first frame out of the fire. Opener, sweetly struck. I thought that Mark King looked good in the first frame. Just once or twice he broke down when he gave the impression he was cueing really well. Bit of a blow to lose it, but that was a great opening red. He's got a choice. At worst, he's got to red up the table into the green pocket, which he's on.
Mark King, 8.
Well, if he screws the white back a bit further, everything's safe. If he misses that red, he didn't screw the white back. He stuck him up. That's a bad mistake. I think he's given himself a little telling off there. It was a free shot, virtually. Should never have left this one. Oh, he's left with a pressure one. I mean, look how he scattered the reds. Very little to do with the cue ball. The reds over the right corner. He's just got to drop this in, but these are far from easy. But after the balls he knocked in the opening frame, you wouldn't expect him to miss it, but he's missed it. They are so tough. Oh, it's in. I thought he'd missed it. I think he thought he'd missed it. Any more pace, that wouldn't have dropped.
8.
At this stage, I didn't think there's anywhere that could have gone in now.
Yeah, it was just that he hit it so slowly, wasn't it? It was one of those ones you're never really going to know until the shot's over with. I've seen those stay out before, that's for certain. It was just that he dropped it in, and well, these are all his now.
Nine.
Not the best of shots. Just overrun for the pink. Could play the blue into the yellow pocket, but obviously he's under a lot of pressure, that sort of shot, given where the reds are. Not that Mark Selby minds the pressure. I mean, going for the pink, I don't think it's all that much easier than the blue.
Mark Selby, 9.
Yeah, I was a bit with you there, Neil. I thought he would take the blue on, although he must feel very confident with the rest, but the blue he could have reached. So what a gift for Mark King. It was the previous shot when he ran slightly out of position that caused the problems. Now if Mark King can knock in a sizable contribution here, he'll quickly forget about the opening frame, a frame that he should have won. I say a frame that he should have won, the opening frame, but Mark Selby had an unbelievable clearance of 55 to pinch it.
That wasn't a very good shot. Mark King has just given the impression that he's not on a ball, and his head down there for a second, and must be tight, but it's not already was hoping for anyway at best, because he really was in a good position. Red's everywhere. He's snookered himself on the red over the middle. Not sure what else can go here, Dennis.
I think what he's looking at is to see if he can plant this red through the gap between pink and other red and knock it in, and I think he might be able to pull this off.
So
it wasn't all that bad, but it still wasn't a good positional shot, the previous one. That was a little bonus for to be able to squeeze that red through the gap and back. I was just about to say back in prime position, but he's left himself a little bit short again.
15.
You always prefer not to be canning into other balls, and
16.
no real problem.
You just get to this red with normal cueing.
24.
He's quite quick on the shot, is Mark. He prepares well, but he gets down and actually plays a shot pretty quickly. It's always been the same. He's a rhythm player. He's not gone far enough. Saying that he just could still be on this red. Waves his hand there, so I'd say not, looking at that.
30.
Well, he's having the white clean, but he had a lot of margin for error there. He could have gone another 2 foot up the table and had a choice of 3 reds, 2 in the left middle, 1 in the right middle. Well, he still can get past it. Well, would you believe it?
Mark King, 30.
What's he's sort of throwing his hands. I don't know, he looks a bit.
Yeah, I think, Dennis, he must have just played this with just a touch of side, do you think? Maybe a touch of right hand side, that's why he's missed it.
Possibly, yeah. But when you play it beside, you can't afford to hit it too hard, can you?
No, I think that's what's happened. He's played it with a touch of side, hit it too firmly, and that's why he's missed. But he looks a little bit edgy out there, I think, because he had a good chance there.
1. Three. 4.
So I wonder if it's a similar pattern to the first frame, and that Mark King has all the early chances, not scored enough, and the other Mark, Selby, is going to come and pinch it again.
Nine. 10.
Wasn't a great cannon there on the green though. Still, he's on the brown. Well, the black has come through the pocket, and Aaron Williams doing a good bit of fishing there. Managed to retrieve the black from under the table with the rest. See, that's another good use for the rest.
22.
This frame just taking a similar pattern to the first frame.
29.
Not that the clearance from here would be any easier than the first clearance. A couple of awkward reds. And end of break.
Mark Selby, 29.
Lots to play for still. Didn't get all that close to this, in all honesty.
Sorry.
Couple of easy reds and one that's difficult near the right side cushion, and the one he's just leaning over there.
One.
Well, he's got a pretty good angle on the blue. He might even be able to develop this red that's safer. He can drop in behind it, certainly. The other red, obviously, to the left of the brown's the easier one to get on. No, it wasn't the correct angle to drop in behind that red. As you can see, any more pace, he'd have been coming the wrong side of it.
6.
Has he got the correct angle on the yellow to move the red? Got to make sure he gets the cannon correct and push it towards that corner pocket. No, too hard. Too hard.
Nine.
Just too much pace on that.
Mark Selby 9.
Fairly weak safety shot, actually. Thought he maybe could have done more with that. The dreaded double kiss, more because he tried to land in behind the black with the cue ball, wasn't quite on, I don't think. Just making sure that the object ball was safe there more than anything else. That was a double kiss that was going to prove costly, I think. If the double kiss is on, it's on. It's one of those ones that you can't really avoid. Right, a real chance for Mark.
One.
Not sure that Mark King has completely settled yet, so winning this frame would be a big help. Could have won the first frame. He's had chances already to win this one, but he's still a few behind on the colours.
And the green is not all that difficult. I say that because Mark is a left-hander, so it's the correct side of the table for him.
Three.
He's looking to see if he can leave the green into the left middle pocket as we look at it. Depends on the angle he has here. You'd have to be very precise to drop on it for the middle. That's a poor shot.
Five.
I think it'd have been better coming this side of the green, being a left-hander. It would have been much easier. He's not looking at the double, is he? I think he is. He'd guarantee to be on the brown. There's an easy clip off the green to get up behind the black here, but I think he wants to take the double on. This would give him the frame.
Mark King, 5.
Oh, this green is travelling. Got the cue ball right, and the green, if it stops in time, will enable a snooker. No, it's not bad.
You always need a little bit of good fortune when you're escaping from a snooker like this. You're never sure where they're going to go. You'll settle for that, getting the snooker.
I wonder if he's just gone far enough to make this really awkward. I don't think Mark King particularly likes this one. It's a narrow potting angle into the middle pocket. maybe easier if your cue ball's in a line with the shot, so it's almost a straight pot into that middle, but it's a tricky little cut, which Mark has looked at. Oh, that's a better shot than it looks. That was excellent. Needs up to the pink.
7.
To really settle his nerves.
Well,
That looks okay. Marking clears from green to pink to win the second frame. It's honours even, 1 frame each. I think that might settle his nerves, Dennis, because I think that Mark King looked a little edgy to me.
Yeah, especially after losing the opening frame when he looked odds on to take it, and then Mark Selby had a fantastic clearance. So that'll settle him, 1 each, and I suppose that's a true reflection. Early days. He's a very dogged competitor, Mark King. He fancies he can beat anyone in the game.
give the third frame, Mark King to break.
Well, this is a very poor break-off shot. In fact, it don't come any worse than that. Mark King stands in amazement, wondering how he managed to bring the red down and leave the white short. That's confused him.
One. So,
well, I don't know what's wrong with this corner pocket. The ball's dropped out of it, and Arian Williams gone fishing again. He had to fish it out earlier on in the match.
It's something you see on a club table
14.
sometimes. Balls rolling all over the billiard hall occasionally. Got a dodgy pocket.
15.
Shouldn't have it at the Crucible, really.
$22. 23.
24.
This is the last of the really open
30.
reds. A couple out to the right of the pack. Don't all go, I don't think. I think he'll be looking to get into
31.
that little cluster as soon as he can. I think he has the angle here if he fancies it. Well, he fancies that he can get on that red out over on the right of the table, but at some point he's going to have to break the reds up to win the frame
38.
here.
Yeah, he'll do it this time. They're an awkward little triangle of reds. There's 6 reds in a perfect triangle there, and if he sticks in the middle one, he won't be on anything. So he's got plenty of cue power, and let's see how this turns out. You see, it's stuck on them. It's so difficult when they're like that to open them up. He couldn't have played it any better, but you're
46.
never sure what's going to happen, and it did stick on the reds. The arc there just took him full ball into that one. Bit unlucky there.
Mark Selby 46.
Great shot, very thin, and well, he's on the black. How about that? I'm not sure he knew too much about the positional side, Dennis.
It travelled a long way to finish on the black. He just concentrated on clipping this in, but that was amazing how he avoided everything. This is a good chance to get back into this third frame, as long as he can keep control of the cue ball.
Nine. Kick marks.
What she spotted on the ball, sometimes it picks up a little hair. Yeah, sometimes it picks a little hair up, but I don't think it's one of Mark's.
That looks a good shot to me. Wasn't a huge gap to get on that red. It's on the pink. Nothing wrong with that.
$23. $24.
Just gone a little bit further than he intended. He was hoping to be able to cannon into the little triangle of reds. Now that he's let it slip away, I don't know whether he can hold for it. He may have to just play for the loose red, just drop it in. You never know where Mark's queuing. Yeah, he could get into them, so he was perfect.
$31.
Played it well because he didn't get on the black as he intended. Did well to get that amount of screw.
$32.
Well, this is what happened in the opening frame. Mark King led by 48 points and Mark Selby pinched that opener. And Mark King could return the compliment here.
$40.
Yes, he's way back into the frame, but you do get the feeling it's all about that red on the left of the table, near the cushion. If he can knock that in, then I think he will win the frame. Don't expect him to take it on until the last possible second.
I'm just looking, Neil. Isn't the red that's to the right of the pink in a perfect position for a couple of shots' time? If he can get red colour and finish dead straight on that red, he'd be able to leave the white where the red is and look at the angle he'd have to pop the pink and move the red that's on the side cushion. So if he gets absolutely dead straight on this red after potting the blue, well, even if he's not straight, he can still leave a good angle to develop that
53.
last red. He's not straight, but just slightly to the right of it. You always play to move a red like that from the pink. Has he left enough angle to cannon the red out? Might be tempted to take another double on. Tried a double on the green in the previous frame.
60.
Got an easy safety shot. If it's one of those, he might be able to take the double on and get the white up towards the black. No, just attempted the snooker, but he's been a bit careless with this. Should have been in behind the black there.
Got a kick there, did Selby. That's kind of messed up the shot a little bit. not left anything on. It's just the shot was an intended snooker that he played. That's a decent shot, just making sure the object went safe more than anything else.
That's safe. It's gone past middle pocket. Can't cut that back.
Selby is deliberate. 29 seconds average shot time. Mark King, though, not all that far behind him. Quite a well-worked shot in the end. Lots of ball colours to avoid there.
Bit lucky. Obviously doesn't play a lot of billiards. That's a billiard type shot, and when you play it with topspin, that's what happens. And it's a standard billiard in-off shot that used to be played.
He played thin on the red. He called it half ball there, and he's left it on. Quite a bad misjudgment, and the cue nearly went then. Did Mark King? He's quite pumped up, I think. Won't be straightforward though here with the blue awkward. That little lead of 13 points that Mark King has is maybe going to prove handy, because how he pots the blue without shifting it, I'm not too sure. I don't think he's gone quite far enough. He's on it, obviously, but cue coming a little close to the pink from this, naturally, unless he puts a lot of maybe screw on this, or he can get in behind the pink. It's not the best of shots he played there on that green.
It's going to be very difficult to get an angle on the brown to be able to develop the blue. Look, he's trying to leave an angle here where he could pop the brown and screw back and develop the blue, but he'd have to put that cue ball on a sixpence to do that. Now, that would be some shot if he's left an angle to be able to develop the blue. The precision would have to be absolutely perfect, and has he done it? Well, if he has, that was an amazing positional shot. He got a kick, you know, he got the perfect angle, and the kick has took all the pace out of the ball. He's given the table a good old bang. He got himself the angle, and he got a heavy contact, and it pulled the white up. Look at the ball jump there. In fact, the brown nearly jumped out of the pocket because it was bouncing as it went into the pocket.
A strange one, wasn't it, Dennis? Because usually it's little run-through shots that kick. The screw shots very occasionally do, that's all. So that was a massive kick.
Where's the white? Oh, that was close to going in. The end of this third frame is becoming quite exciting. Oh, I think Mark thought that was going in. Wouldn't have made a great deal of difference. It would have cost him 5 points, but he'd got a good blue also. That's another very good shot from Mark King. Mind, there is a thin snick on here, and Mark would be trying to get the white back into a similar position. Always a chance of getting a snooker behind the pink. He's got to be a bit careful with the blue also here. This has a chance of getting behind the pink. The kiss has just spoiled it.
Good shot again. Some good safety already. See where the pink and black is. That you'd think it comes down to who pots the blue.
Yeah, at the moment the black's not playing any part at all in this frame because it won't be needed. Both players need blue and pink.
It's a bit strong, and King may just fancy a little go at this. He may feel that he does take this on, he just might be able to cover the blue if it stays near the pocket with the pink. It's risky business, but he just might think it's worth the risk. Have a go for this blue, have a shot at the pink to win the frame. Well, he's played it unlucky. Has he got the cover with the pink? No, he hasn't. So he took the risk.
So Mark just stands and waits to see the outcome of the next shot. He knows that Mark Selby is pretty good at this type of shot, and he can hold for the pink. Playing with lots of bottom there just to take the pace out of it. And didn't he play it well?
5.
With so much screw on that, it prevented the cue ball from coming back up the table. Disappointed Mark King that loses the frame. He made a break of 60, but Mark Selby, well, he's taken the frame and he leads 2 frames to 1.